Alright, the joke's over. Who was the real team masquerading as the Philadelphia Eagles this season? Because clearly, this was not the Philadelphia Eagles team we've come to know in recent years. How did it even get like this? The Philadelphia Eagles had high expectations for the 2023 season after making it to Super Bowl 57 in the 2022 season. The Eagles were expected to dominate in 2023 as a result. How did it go? Well, it started off right. They started off 5-0 with key wins over the Vikings, Patriots, Commanders, Buccaneers, and Rams. The biggest issue? Some of these wins were very close against teams they should have easily beat, like the Patriots and the Commanders games being won by a combined 8 points. The Eagles took a tough loss in their 7th game to the New York Jets, losing by 6, but then they got right back on the horse by winning their next 5 games against the Dolphins, Commanders, Cowboys, Chiefs, and Bills. These wins looked a bit better, but they were still all very close. In fact, at this point in the season, they had played in 9 one-score games, winning 8 of them, but still, this is not how this team wanted to win. So, at the end of November, the Eagles were 10-1 and looking at a spot in the playoffs, and likely winning the NFC East, so long as they didn't collapse down the stretch. But that wouldn't happen to the, defending Super Bowl runner-ups, right? Well, they did collapse. In December and the first week of January, this team went 1-6, with their sole win coming against the Giants by 8. They lost in this stretch as well to the 49ers, Cowboys, Seahawks, Cardinals, and the Giants. They played the Giants twice in this stretch. And in this stretch, that cost them the NFC East in the biggest horrible choke job we have seen in recent memory. So sitting at 11-6 and the 5th seed in the NFC, the Eagles were set to square off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa. This game, at least on paper, an easy win for the Eagles, but as we've learned thus far, that is never the case with this team in 2023. And it showed in their game. The Eagles got blown out by the Buccaneers by a final score of 32-9 in the wildcard round, ending their 2023 season. So, where do the Eagles go from here? Well, with a longtime cornerstone of the franchise, Jason Kelce, retired, and calls for Nick Sirianni's head, we just need to take a step back and look at the situation from afar. This team has some problems, and the bulk of it seems to be in the offensive side of the ball. They were never the same on that side of the ball since Shane Steichen left to be the head coach of the Colts, and they might need to find that new guy to groove and vibe with Jalen Hurts. I wouldn't quite get rid of Shane Steichen despite the calls for his head, but his seat should definitely be getting warmer by the month. And the more inaction happens, the more this team's going to struggle. So you got to get on top of replacing that coordinator sooner rather than later. Otherwise, you're screwed. And if this team can find the right next guy for their offensive coordinator to work with Hurts, this team can be right back up in no time at all.